Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. Today I want to answer a question that everyone will have at some point when they are doing no contact. And that is, will my ex think that I've moved on if I don't reach out, if I'm doing no contact? And my response to that is, well, we can only hope so. We can only hope that they think that you've moved on or will be moving on. It's counterintuitive, I know. People are always looking for a reason to break no contact, and they think this is a good reason. They're going to think I've moved on, so I need to reach out. No. Because if they think that you're moving on or have moved on, that is actually what is going to cause them to reach out to you if there's still some interest there. That's why people often get breadcrumbed by their ex. And by breadcrumbing, I mean they'll contact you, they'll say, hey, then you respond, then you don't hear back from them. You leave them alone. 2 weeks later, how are you doing? They contact you again, maybe a little short conversation, then they disappear again. Because they want to make sure that you're still going to respond, because they figure if you're still responding, you're still interested, and you haven't moved on. That's why we don't respond to those breadcrumb texts and phone calls. We want the fear that you will move on or have moved on to make them reach out. I mean, think about it. If you were to suddenly find out that your ex had moved on, wouldn't that make you immediately want to reach out to them to find out if it's true? And so it works in the reverse. So if they're wondering what's going on with you, their interest level is going up. And that wondering, that question mark, turns upside down and it becomes a hook. And it hooks them in, it raises their interest level, and now they're wondering in the back of their mind if you have moved on, and they're asking themselves, should they reach out to make sure that you haven't moved on, because there is still some interest there. And they'll also be wondering how you could just so easily move on and not contact them and leave them alone. That's why it's important to stick to no contact and to have faith, even though you don't know what's going on. You don't have a clue what they're thinking. They may be freaking out and want you back, but they're waiting thinking, oh, surely he or she is going to reach out and contact me soon. They wouldn't just disappear. They wouldn't just move on right away. And that's why the more time passes, the longer you do no contact, if there's still some interest on their part, eventually they are going to reach out because they don't know what's going on, and they do have that fear that you have moved on or will move on. So I know it's counterintuitive, but do not be afraid and think I have to contact my ex because they're going to think I've moved on. We can only hope that that is exactly what they're thinking. So if you are interested in private coaching with me, you can contact me at my website, theartoflove.net. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. If you're listening on YouTube, thank you for subscribing. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.